Happened on Forest Hill Drive, just north of I-20. Police received multiple calls about the gunfire there. Family members of the victims tell us the two who were killed were a man and his 5-year-old daughter. The father is a well-known Fort Worth rap artist, Get Money Lil Ronnie. A large crowd of family and friends and fans.
That he was tagged, he was doing the car, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through shooting and killed him and the baby. He was a good kid, y'all. He was. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't. Him and that baby.
Sky 4 captured part of the crime scene from up above. You can see a red Dodge Challenger with its doors open being processed by investigators. A neighbor told us that she heard between 15 to 20 gunshots. Fort Worth and Mansfield police officers are here assisting with crowd control. And at this point, again, we have limited information from Forest Hill Police. The police chief told us briefly by phone that this was still very much an active scene and that he would be putting out a press release later on. We're still waiting for that. So at this point, we don't know if they have any persons of interest, anybody in custody, or a motive for this deadly encounter. Hannah?
Looking for some.
Hi, Hannah. You know, we've been here all day long, and so far, Forest Hill Police have yet to provide us with any additional information. According to MedStar, though, 2 people were killed in a shooting at this car wash behind me, and a family member tells me that it was a man and his 5-year-old daughter. Take a look. That same relative provided me with this picture of Chucky Smith and his young daughter. I'm told her birthday was just yesterday. The two were reportedly at this Slappy's Express car wash located off I-20 and Forest Hill Drive shortly before 11 a.m. when they were fatally shot. Family and friends were visibly distraught as they arrived at the scene, folks leaning on one another for support. I spoke to Smith's aunt, who is desperate for answers.
Man, what's good, y'all? Man, I don't have no words. I'm gonna try to do this as calmly as possible, as strong as possible, and just kind of give you guys my thoughts and my feelings on the situation with Get Money Lil Ronnie. For those that know him personally as Chucky. I got to start off by saying, first and foremost, condolences, prayers, wishing the most mental fortitude and, God's hands being laid on those affected, the family members, his parents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, brothers, sisters, all friends and family from all walks of life. If y'all don't know, a prominent person in Fort Worth was slain, murdered, along with his 5-year-old daughter. His daughter' birthday was just yesterday. And he just posted a Instagram photo and video going to his daughter's school for Valentine's Day and supporting her up there and just how happy she was. And again, if anybody has daughters or children at all, know how important it is and how delicate a situation is when you have a 4-year-old or 5-year-old and all you do is move around to protect your seed. We just had so much loss in Dallas Fort Worth, man. from Mo3 to Ducky, Channel 5, C Struggs, Roy Lee. The list literally goes on. And when I first started to be able to even come around and be part of this whole venture of, being able to do interviews and talk to people about just their life and getting their story put on record. Chucky, Lil Ronnie, Get Money, Lil Ronnie. He was always there in the beginning. As you could see in the video I'm posting up front, since 2015, 2016, we've been kind of doing our thing. When we first brought in Hood Fame as a whole unit, he was right there with Go Yayo and everyone else, always on Go Yayo's side. It's a lot to just even unpack right now, man. It's just so unreal to see, just again, a prominent figure in Dallas-Fort Worth lost again to gun violence with his daughter in the car. Okay. All right, so let's have the conversation. Again, I got a text this morning, a video of looked like a Dodge Charger, or a burgundy Dodge Charger with the vacuum still inside. And the video scrolls to the right, and there's someone laying on the ground. At the time, again, this was early this morning. I didn't know what it was, what I was looking at. So the person I got it from, I just asked, what is this? And all he wrote was Chuckle, Chucle. And I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, who is Chuckle? I don't know who that is. And then he put Hood Fame Chuckle. And right then I knew that he must be talking about Hood Fame Chucky. And I just responded with, you mean Get Money, LilRonnie? And he just put, yeah. And I just dropped the phone. I'm like, there's no way. It was said to be over a dice game in that conversation. I don't know if it was over a dice game. It looks like from the facts, now that we have the facts, Get Money, LilRonnie was with his 5-year-old daughter. Again, her birthday was just yesterday. She was 4 years old, turning 5. He was at a spot called Slappy's Car Wash out on Forest Hill, right off of I-20. Right off of 820 in Fort Worth. If anybody knows Fort Worth, 820 is a giant loop that goes around the whole city. And it was, of course, on the south side of Fort Worth, but on the north side of 820. Car wash right off the highway, about 11 a.m. It's reported that there was 20 to 30 gunshots heard. So 20 to 30 shots heard. And yeah, it looks like a shootout. Someone else told me as I was, of course, getting phone calls and confirmation that, you see Lil Ronnie laying outside the car, across the way, away from the car, door still open with a vacuum in the car. And then you see, I don't see a child. Someone told me that the child may be in the passenger side, which does make sense. So in my thought process, it's either one or two things is taking place here. It's that someone didn't know his daughter was with him, or either someone knew his daughter was with him and was so hell-bent on exacting vengeance or whatever it was, horror on his life, to take his life, that it didn't matter who else was part of that, that his daughter could have went to and whatever. And I haven't seen such senseless violence, again, probably since Mo3. And me looking at his situation where he was gunned down on the highway in broad daylight, it was still just Mo3 by himself. It was no one else involved. For him to get gunned down 20, 30 shots, for Lil Ronnie to get gunned down 20, 30 shots, and you hear that his daughter was gunned down as well, man. I haven't seen senseless violence like that at all in the city. I just haven't seen it. not in my lifetime, or just not with what I deal with. I don't deal with death every day. And I hear right now there is a suspect. There is a manhunt out for that suspect. As we speak, they haven't released a name yet, but they are actively looking for a suspect. And I hope they find him immediately and exact swift justice. People like this who would take out children, I don't think they even need to be gone through the legal system. If he wants to have a shootout with the cops and they end up taking his life, that's just, it'll take more than his life. It's almost eye for an eye that someone else has to go. You got to take 2 lives or something of that nature. But again, I don't condone no violence on nobody. I wish this for no one on both ends. Again, everyone loses in our community. Everyone loses in our community. On Get Money, Lil Ronnie side, and on whoever the person did this side. Everyone loses. If they're a father, he's a father. He's a brother, he's a son, or whatever. This senseless violence just has to stop, man. It's just crazy. I see all the reports. I hear the reports of all the family that gathered at the scene and was just losing their mind. I can only imagine what they're going through right now and what they're dealing with. Again, my condolences from the real life family. My condolences to everyone over there on that side. And I'm praying for healing of all of Fort Worth. I think this, if not, is opening the eyes to the violence out there. This should be a stop to any future violence that should happen in that city, as far as how do we plan on making it as a culture if the people that's in front are constantly in harm's way to where they're dying. The people that we put on a pedestal and we consider leaders that we look up to. I know he had about 136,000 followers on Instagram. He got a lot of engagement. He was a prominent rapper in Fort Worth, as far as with the Hood Fame Clique, of course, making great music. He just did Behind the Bars with Half Pint Films, which was amazing as far as the music he displayed on there. But he also was branding himself as the best gambler in Texas, to where he was going on technically state tour to gamble the best of the best from every city, from every corner, from every hood. He just found joy in gambling and going that route. So it definitely is a situation in which, again, we have to send prayers up to him and his family. We have to send prayers out to all parties affected by this. Again, a 5-year-old girl who was just in school. Imagine, today is Monday. It happened at 11 o'clock, in which maybe today is a holiday for Fort Worth, in which she wasn't in school. Maybe it was because her birthday yesterday, he was just with her, and maybe he got out of school early. But imagine her and her friends in the first grade or kindergarten, whatever, whichever grade she's in, her friends hearing that she's no longer with us from gun violence. It's almost unfathomable of the level of violence this says, man, for our city, man. It just doesn't make sense. I hope the police do their job and do their job swift. There's no way you could gun down a young man and his daughter in broad daylight and expect to get away with it for whatever reason it was. Again, from what I was told, it was due to something that got to do with gambling. But I don't think he was gambling in that moment. It looks like there's a vacuum in the car, which he's vacuuming out his car. So I don't think and he's with his daughter, so I don't think any gambling was happening at that moment, but maybe it was from a situation that happened prior. And of course, this is just what led to it. So again, I have to say, again, I'm just kind of speechless, man. This thing, again, things like this ain't supposed to happen. I didn't run into Get Money, Lil Ronnie many times. The last time I really kicked it with him was, of course, in South by Southwest. And this just doesn't make sense in regards to the way things are supposed to be happening and being handled throughout the city. It makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. And yeah, I would say if we can just pray for his family. There may be something we do with real life as far as on the Real Life channel to just kind of hone in on everything else in regards to what took place. And yeah, please. Y'all pray for his family, man. Y'all pray for his people, man. Y'all pray for Fort Worth, man. Pray for Dallas Fort Worth. For those who ain't from this section and not from Dallas Fort Worth, pray for this city, man, because, you know, it's a time to heal right now. I don't know what else needs to happen except healing needs to happen right now. And again, Get Money Lil Ronnie was not a violent guy from my standpoint. As far as what's on his heart, I can't speak on what he rapped about in his music, but me knowing that man, it wasn't in his spirit to be on that. None against Go Yayo and everybody else around him, Bugatti and all them. It wasn't in Get Money Lil Ronnie's spirit to be anything as far as what you may think, like, oh, that's what happens when you play and dance, and he wasn't on that type of time, man. So because of that, man, we lost ourselves an angel, man. We lost a real one. We lost a real one. So I got to give my prayers up to his family. Again, I'm at a loss of words. So y'all do the thing, man. Again, prayers up for Get Money Lil Ronnie, Chucky, Hood fame, man. Prayers up, man. Damn.
Hood fame running, y'all. Hood fame running.
Staying close to you.
You good, bro?
Since you know what's going on.
Lil Fang gang get a chop up, man. The motherfucking lieutenant. G Money, LilRonnie, man. Get money, LilRonnie, however you want to say it, man. Live from Lil Vegas, man. Fort Worth, 20 and Oak Grove. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's on the map. You know what I'm saying? You know where to find that shit at, man.